welcome to another Sanctuary Sunday. Sanctuary! Yes, the day where I try to cover something other than war games. And today, we're also having coffee with Kilroy, or what I sometimes call beverage in a, well, this isn't a book, but I still have my beverage. And it is coffee, and I hope you are enjoying a beverage of your choice along with me. We are back to, and we're continuing coverage of GTM magazine, Game Trade magazine. This is issue number 296, and this is a regular trade magazine or trade publication that basically services the gaming industry. So this serves as your, Sears catalog, Monkey Ward catalog at Christmas for distributors and game stores and people who buy a lot of games. And so this has in it not only games, board games, it has some war games, it has miniatures, it has role-playing games, it has gaming accessories and terrain and paint. Oh my. And I just take a look at my first one that I covered in my playlist, and you'll get some of the background on why I cover these or when I started picking these up. There you have it. So let's get into this one and see what's coming out. This is for October. So if I play my cards right, I will be posting this in September, and therefore you'll be able to see what's coming out in October. Imagine that. I can be actually ahead of the game. So we got Horrified, World of Monsters. This is, my girls always say Monster. I say Monsters because I grew up with the Monsters, but World of Monsters. And we also have Treasures and Rarities and Deep Dive into Adventure with Steamforged Games, Tales of the Valiant starter. Okay, so we got some interesting stuff in here. Let's see what we got in here. It's going to be a lot of advertisements, a lot of, I've covered this game, a lot of, full-page ads or about games and miniatures and hero clicks, because that is what this is. Here is Frostpunk, the role-playing game. Here's your regular stuff from the editor. HeroScape, this is back. I've seen this at my friendly local gaming store. I was really big on this. All my kids actually played this, especially my son and my oldest daughters. They liked playing this. I never forget the time I played a game of this, and my daughter had several dragons, and it was a 3-play game between my son and my daughter and me. And we took out her dragons, and she started to cry. She was a little young. I had to explain that, that's the problem with player elimination, right? Okay. So got some ads in here. Here's Schofield. You get your cartoon. You guys can take a screenshot of that and catch up on your Saturday morning cartoons. Of course, this is Sunday, so your Sunday funnies. Here's Horrified, World of Monsters. So the Horrified system's a really interesting system. I've got the first one. It's got, I think 2 or 3 now. They think they've done American Monsters. They did the classic ones, which is what I have. They did American Monsters, then they did, I think, Greek, and now they're doing this World of Monsters. So this should be interesting. And this game is, if this is a good family weight game if you're interested in that. Boy, look at this. And with Halloween coming up, it is October, right? Try to eliminate some of the glare there. This is a good game for that, or maybe a good game for that. Should be a good game for that. Here's Hero Clicks. Alte, I don't know much about that game, so I'll read up on that. It's a Dawn of Civilization. I'm a sucker for a good Civ builder. Cover a lot of those. Own more. Covered a few. Played a ton of those. Really like those games. Music to My Ears. Okay. So a music game. That's interesting. Does it come with that? Port Royale. Here's some advertisement for a tradable card game company or a collectible card game vendor. Oh, that's kind of cool. Look at the healing potions. Get some dice there. YRO. Not sure if I know that game. Pathfinder, as I said, there's a lot of role-playing in here. You're going to get a lot of big page ads, and then you're going to get a lot of these individual games, figuring out what's coming up and when it's going to be released. And it's games, role-playing, accessories, all kinds of stuff here. It's chocked full of it. Battletech. I never really got into Battletech. Can't get into everything. This Rock Hard is another music game, so it's interesting to see some music games coming out nowadays. Be interesting to see how this one plays out. I've got a couple. It's an area that they don't really do. It's not well covered. The music or music industry, or being a rock band. Mine goes to 11. Now here's some terrain and some minis. Clash of Steel. More game stuff here. Here's some game accessories. These are shield protectors or card protectors, it looks like. Game Master's Guide to Epic Encounters. So this is something that's kind of neat in here is sometimes they, this looks like an advertisement, but sometimes they have some RPG material in here. So this is Epic Encounters. This is the fold out. You can see here. So that's interesting. Might give you some thoughts on how to run an epic encounter, but they really just want you to buy their stuff. And they've got several ads on it there. Isn't that what this is all about? Just buy their stuff. Okay. Risk. That's actually one of my favorite themed Risk is Godstorm. Played that several times. More Heroescape. Might need to look into that. The only downside to Heroescape is the terrain is good. You can actually use it for other stuff. The system is very simple. It's a mini skirmish type system, and it's anachronistic. You got all kinds of different genres fighting against each other. The only downside to, in my opinion, downside is that it just takes up a lot of space. So it's storage. Because if you get a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the terrain, it's like with any minis game, right? It's going to take some storage, right? And I have limited shelf space these days. And let me get a sip of coffee there to help me along the way. And Warhammer. There's some Warhammer stuff. There's Clue. Look at that. Warhammer and Clue on the same page. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk? More Magic stuff here. Oh, this is interesting. I need to read up what this is. My son's probably on this. He started up a Magic club at his university. So I think he's president of it or something. But I think he needs to focus more on his grades. But does that sound like a parent or not? Or what? All right. Tales of the Valiant. This is that. I think this is a miniatures game. That was called out on the cover. Mary Boop Muss. Okay. This game is a killer. Wow. So you got Mary Boop and Killer on the same page, or right across from each other. Maps of Mysteria. Interesting. A little pastel, a little faded, it looks like. Interesting. More Magic. The Electric State role-playing game. That's from Free League. Free League is, I've covered several of their stuff. They're doing a lot, very, very big in role-playing. Become Unstoppable. I need to read up on that. And here's your painting lessons for this issue. There's some Nexus Ops. Now, this is a underrated game. I remember when this first came out, people thought, oh, yeah, I got the Dayglow minis, and it's supposed to be, it's kind of meant to be like a sci-fi war game, but what is, with all those minis and what's going on? Actually, a good game, a really good game. I played a lot of it when it first came out, and I think this is like the third iteration of it, I think. Anyway, if you're interested in a good sci-fi little war game, skirmish game with some Euro-type scoring, Nexus Ops, take a look at that. There's Starfinder role-playing. There's that Killer again. And Is that another collectible card game? Oh, is that for Mindbug? Okay, I've covered Mindbug, so they've got some new expansions maybe. Escape from New York, I've seen this at my friendly local gaming store. Great movie, classic, Kurt Russell, Adrienne Barbeau, Ernest Borgnine. Classic movie. You know, there's a lot of, Kurt Russell's the king of cult classics, like Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, The Thing. I mean, the 80s were good to him. All right, so it's Halo, and there you have it. So that is my Sanctuary Sunday, going through the game magazine, GTM. Thank you for stopping by. If any of these jump out at you, feel free to drop them in the comments if you want to know more about it. That's what I have for you. I hope you're all having a great day. If you're watching this in the morning, have a great day. If you're watching this in the evening, I hope you had a good one and hope you have a good evening. And the next day is everything you expected it to be. Take care, all. Thanks for watching.